It's funny. Have you ever stopped to think about how a simple, everyday food, something you might just grab on the street, could actually be the key to transforming an entire local economy? It sounds a little crazy, a little ambitious, but today we're going to break down a plan that's trying to do exactly that. And really, that brings us to the big question for this whole explainer. Can a simple siomai, a humble, delicious dumpling, really spark an economic boom? We're going to dig into how one company's big vision for this Pinoy classic could become a real game changer for a whole community. So, where did this all start? Well, it all begins with a business called Dimsum Corner. It was founded by Jason Lasola. And let me tell you, this is not just another food stall. This whole thing was born from a much bigger dream to really elevate dim sum street food all across the Philippines. So what's the secret sauce here? What makes their models so different? Well, they're not just selling siomai. They've built an entire ecosystem. They handle the manufacturing themselves, they create the distribution network, and they set up all these retail opportunities. It's the whole shebang, designed not just for their own growth, but to give other people a turnkey way to start their own business. Okay, so to really get why this plan is such a big deal, we need to talk about the place they want to launch it, the province of Bohol. You see, like a lot of regions, it's facing some pretty serious economic challenges. So what kind of challenges are we talking about? Well, for starters, there's just not enough ways for people to make a steady income. On top of that, most of the supplies have to come from far away, which is a logistical nightmare and drives up costs for everyone. And a big reason for that is a lack of national investment in local infrastructure. And if you're a local with a great business idea, good luck finding the capital to get started. It's a really tough cycle. And that's exactly where Dim Sum Corner's solution comes in. It's not just a general idea, it's a direct response designed to tackle every single one of those problems head on. Let's see how they do it. So how do they break that cycle? Simple. Instead of relying on some factory far away, they build one right there in Bohol. Right away, that creates local jobs. It completely decentralizes the supply chain, which makes things cheaper and easier to get. And it opens up this whole new world for local entrepreneurs. This one factory becomes the hub for strengthening the entire region's food supply. So it all boils down to this super simple but really powerful idea. Build local for local growth. This isn't about some outside company coming in to take money out of the community. It's about building skills, opportunities, and wealth within the community itself. All right, but a brilliant plan needs customers, right? A great idea doesn't mean much without a market to support it. So the question is, does Bohol have the demand to make this work? Oh yeah, the numbers are actually pretty mind-blowing. First up, just the people who live there. We're talking about more than 1.4 million residents. That is a huge, consistent customer base from day one. But then you layer on top of that the tourists. Bohol gets about 1 million visitors every single year. That's another massive group of people constantly changing, all looking for easy, affordable food. And to top it all off, think about the existing businesses. You've got over 8,000 potential partners, from local shops to schools. These are all places with tons of foot traffic, perfect for setting up a small cart or kiosk. The bottom line is, the market is absolutely there. And check out how they plan to reach all these people. It's so smart. They offer different ways for entrepreneurs to get started. You could have a low-cost, super mobile bicycle cart, perfect for hitting different neighborhoods, or you could go for a mall kiosk to capture all that shopper foot traffic. This flexibility is everything. It means pretty much anyone can get involved, no matter how much money they have to start. Of course, the vision is inspiring, the market is huge, but does the math actually work? A great idea has to be backed by a solid financial plan. So let's get into it. Let's run the numbers. First, just look at the sheer production power we're talking about here. If this factory is running at full capacity, it could pump out almost 1 million pieces of siomai and well over 750,000 xiaopao every single month. The scale here is absolutely massive. So, what does all that production mean for the bottom line? Well, these are the projected monthly profits after paying for all the expenses. Even if the factory is only running at half capacity, that's over 1.2 million pesos in profit. At full capacity, that number jumps to over 2.7 million pesos a month. And the best part, that's money being generated right there in the local economy. Now, this is the part that's just insane. The return on investment. Get this. Even at just 50% capacity, an investor gets their money back in less than 3 months. And at full capacity, just over a month, 1.31 months. Let that sink in for a second. That is a ridiculously fast path to profitability for any business. So, what's the price tag to get this whole economic engine started? The total capital needed is just over 3.5 million pesos. And that covers everything: the specialized machines, all the equipment, training the staff, and that initial marketing push to get the word out. Okay, so we've dug into the problems, the solution, the market, the money, all the nitty-gritty details. But let's just pull back for a second and look at the bigger picture. What does this all really mean? This quote from their proposal, it really says it all, doesn't it? This isn't just about selling a product. It's a mission. The key word here is together. It's all about a collaborative effort to bring real tangible things, like jobs and business ownership, to the communities that need them the most. And that's really the heart of this whole story. It's about how you can take something so simple, so familiar, a dumpling, and with a smart, community-first business model, you can turn it into a genuine engine for regional economic growth.